So I'm walking downtown through this park, and I see these two women. First I see one of the women because she's pretty cute, and I try to make eye contact with her, maybe flirt a little bit. And while I'm doing that, and I'm thinking, wow, man, she likes me, her friend came up, and her friend had this stack of Jesus pamphlets, and I thought, fuck. But then I figured I wasn't really going anywhere important, nothing that was time dependent. So I figured, why not talk to him and have a little fun? So she starts throwing out their Jesus pitch at me, asking me about religion, what I'm going to do, what my plans are after I die, stuff like that. And I'm trying to trip her up with some questions that I know don't have any answers, just to see how she'll answer them. And she says, why don't you come down and watch a video? And I thought she was going to pull out like this iPad or something and show me a video of just basically more of what she was talking about. But she led me to this corner kind of office, like a satellite office, I guess, where they have like meetings and they kind of meet together before they go out and try to get converts. And she leads me down these stairs, and we get to this room, and there's just one single chair in the room, and there's like this big, huge flat screen on one wall, and this chair is right in the middle facing this wall. And she says, have a seat, and I'll come back when the video's finished to get your thoughts. And I think, what the fuck? And so she leaves, and I had this friend who was a nurse, and when she got into nursing, she was really, she wanted to help people. That was her main motivator. And obviously it was a good career to go into. There's always going to be a demand for nursing. And one of the things that she was afraid of the most was what would happen when somebody died. And so she was her first year, she never really experienced that. But the first time somebody died while she was working, it kind of freaked her out. But then she thought about it, and she kind of saw that it was an old person, and all of the relatives of this person were kind of able to find peace afterwards, and they're in a better place type of thing. And so she started to look forward to being around people as they died, just to kind of get the experience of seeing people pass on. I don't know if she was religious or not, or what her beliefs were, but it was just kind of an interesting process to take part in, or to witness. And pretty soon she started to kind of accelerate the process. Like when somebody was close, she would do things to, help them move on. But then she told me that she started to look for people outside of the hospital to help along to the next phase. And so I was kind of worried because she might get into trouble, because I don't think you're supposed to do things like that. And my friend, when he decided to go camping, he didn't really plan it very much. He didn't really look at the guidebook. He just knew there was this flat area outside of town, and he drove out there and he set up his camp and everything. And what he didn't realize was that there was this gigantic beehive next to where he was camping. And he woke up one morning after his fire had died out, and apparently the bees were getting ready to do something, but then when he showed up and lit his fire, the smoke kind of kept them away. But then when he went to sleep, he didn't use a tent. The fire died down, the bees came back, and he got up in the morning kind of a little bit before sunrise to go take a dump. And while he was taking a dump, the bees came and stung him to death. And I didn't realize this, but most people, not most, but a lot of people that die from bee stings, they die because as the bees are stinging them, they scream, and the bees fly into their throat, sting the back of their throat, and it kind of swells up, and they suffocate while the bees are stinging the shit out of them. So after she started, helping people outside of the hospital move on to the next realm, she started seeing these people in her apartment at night, or at least she thought she saw them in her apartment at night. Like when she was sleeping, she would wake up, and just right when she kind of woke up, that split second between unconsciousness and consciousness, she would see these people standing around her bedroom. And they didn't really do anything to her, so she didn't really do anything about it. And when the video started, it was like this. I thought it was going to be like a pitch of the history of their church, and how I should choose their brand of religion. But it was like this flickering light, and it turned out to be some kind of a brainwashing thing. And I lost track of about 2 hours. But now I don't know, I feel a little bit different. And now when I see Jesus people, I feel like I'm seeing an old friend.